Hello, good morning, students of Sadhana campus. How are you all? Fine? Okay. Uh, Standard 8, Chapter 1, Social Science. Its heading is Arrival of Europeans in India. So, about them we were discussing in the previous lecture. Now, today we will learn about the British interest in India. British people also took interest to do trade with us, and for this purpose the Queen Elizabeth of England established East India Company there in 1600 CE. This company belonged to merchants who wanted to increase their wealth by undertaking trade with India. Okay, so at that time W. Hawkins became the captain, and in a British ship they came in our country and met Jahangir, but Jahangir did not give permission because of the domination of the French people. So they had to go back, and then after another captain arrived. His name was Sir Thomas Rao. Sir Thomas Rao again went to Shah Jahan. At that time, after Jahangir, Shah Jahan was ruling. He gave permission to trade in Surat. So they established a trading center there, and thus they started. And besides this, Shah Jahan also gave permission to British people to carry out trade in Bengal. Now here, on the bank of river Hooghly, British people established forts in 1651 CE. They said that only for the protection of the goods in the country it is essential. And besides this, they made the fortified factories, got permission from Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb to trade without paying taxes against annual payment. So this had become the case. Then after, slowly and slowly, now they had agreed to earn more and more money from our country. Here, as per the order passed in Bengal, that only company will take benefit of tax-free trading. Only British government will do this type of trading, but other merchants will have to pay taxes. And British company was doing more trade in our country, and as a result, the income generated from the tax collection less reduced. So Nawab of Bengal opposed this. At that time, Murshid Ali Khan was there. Then after Ali Bardi Khan, and then Siraj Ud-Dola, they all continued to do the oppose of this tax-free trading of the British people. And because of this, it resulted into a battle of Plassey. Plassey is the place where this one type of plants grow. So there this battle happened with Siraj-ud-Dola, and against at that time the British leader was Robert Clive. The conflict or the battle occurred, and Britishers become the winner. So really again we will see what happens during the Battle of Plassey. that when Sirajuddaulah became the Nawab of Bengal in 1756 CE, the Britishers helped Sirajuddaullah's competitors, and they started conspiring against him. So conflicts with the British merchants regarding paying taxes were frequent. And British merchants failed to pay taxes. They did not pay taxes, and which was compulsory for both Indian and foreign merchants, except British merchants. Sirajuddaulah ordered British people not to fortify the factory, and they have to pay the taxes as per the rules and trade, as per the terms and conditions. But this was only the reason that this becomes the main cause for the Battle of Plassey. So British counter-attacked under the leadership of Robert Clive. Clive, at that time, the commander-in-chief of Sirajuddaulah was Mir Jafar. Sirajuddaulah, Robert Clive had given promise to Mir Jafar to confer the throne of Bengal to him. So at the time of battle, he joined Robert Clive, and as a result, Sirajuddaulah was defeated and was murdered. And this was the first war fought by the company in India, which has become the beginning of the British rule in India. And therefore, this war is considered as the turning point in the history of India. Then after, another battle of Buxar also is carried out. At that time, after Sirajuddaulah, Mir Jafar was ruling in Bengal as a Nawab, and at that time Robert Clive was in the England, and then after, so Mir Jafar had become hostile. The company decided to replace him. So instead of him, his son-in-law Mir Qasim had been appointed as a Nawab. So there was a conflict again between the company and the Nawab for not payment of taxes. So this had become the case. Again, the battle takes place in 1763. Mir Qasim was defeated by the company, but he escaped. So then after, what happens? He reorganized his army. Mir Qasim, what he does, he reorganizes his army, meets Nawab of Awadh, Shuja-ud-Dawla, and Mughal Emperor Shah Alam. So again the British people, and Mir Qasim, along with Nawab of Awadh, Shuja-ud-Dawla, and Mughal Emperor Shah Alam too, takes place. The British East India Company won the war, and all this Bengal, Awadh, means Lucknow, and Mughal Empire comes under the control of British people. And again, Robert Clive had been sent back to India to take over, to control this situation. And now, like this, East India Company, a trading company, emerged as a political power in our country. So this is the case, okay, and with this is the end of this chapter. Okay, bye.